From Southern Maryland's weather leader, this is a JB Weather Alert.
Good Sunday evening, and I'm forecaster John Bordash with you in the JB Weather Center, continuing to track our season's latest winter storm as snow continues to fall across the region as we sit just after 9:30 this evening. We saw snow overtake the region during the afternoon hours, and we've seen some bands of heavy snow develop, and the winds have begun to pick up as temperatures are dropping down to the freezing point. This snow is going to continue off and on throughout the night, and William Richmond Inc. TrueView radar really does tell the story right now. Our area of low pressure sits right off the coast, and as it continues to strengthen and spin up, we're looking at those snow bands rotating around, and we are looking at a pretty hefty band that has developed right over the Delmarva Peninsula. It is this band that currently stretches from near Cambridge down through Salisbury back up through New Jersey that is putting down a general 1 to 2 inches of snow an hour. Areas across the Delmarva have already seen considerable snow amounts, and this will continue throughout the night. We've seen a secondary area of snow develop back to the west. It has been sitting near I-95 and currently sits towards the Washington, D.C. and I-95 metro area. All of this will begin to push to the east as this storm continues to track to the north and east. In between these two zones, we've seen very little snowfall with generally lighter rates, but I do think snow east of I-95 will pick up as we head throughout the night tonight. If we take you on over to what conditions currently look like, this is a live look over towards California, Maryland, where the snow is falling, and we're also looking at a decent number of power outages. So far, about 3,700 customers have been reported to be without power, with the highest concentrations in southern Maryland being in California, Maryland, Lusby, Prince Frederick, and Mechanicsville. Definitely some bigger clusters there of power outages as snow continues to fall and we continue to look at those gusty winds. This is not the only area, though, that we are looking at impacts. I want to take you on over towards the eastern shore, take you right into Berlin, Maryland, and you can see where those blizzard conditions are taking hold with the blowing snow that has accumulated on all surfaces with wind gusts upwards of 30 to 35 miles per hour. So far out towards the eastern shore, we've seen a general 2 to 4, maybe even some 5-inch amounts fall, with generally lighter totals back to the west. Radar and reported totals so far show a general 1 to 3 inches of snow has fallen across portions of southern Maryland and the I-95 corridor, with a little bit less on up towards northern Maryland and back further west towards northern Virginia. I think it's likely that we're going to add on a couple more inches of snow before all is said and done. Taking you on over towards Cedar Point Federal Credit Union Future View, you can see that it has that western band of snow set up right over the I-95 corridor, extending from Tappahannock up towards Waldorf in D.C., back up towards Frederick, and then towards Gettysburg, getting towards Carlisle, Pennsylvania. We're going to need to watch that band of snow as it tracks east. Is it able to hold together? Because if so, those areas east of I-95 could easily pick up another 1, 2, or even 3 inches of snow overnight. Regardless, I do think snow continues for many locations as we head towards midnight, gradually breaking up between about midnight and 4 a.m. I think many of us are done with the snow as we approach sunrise on Monday. Granted, some leftover snow showers definitely cannot be ruled out across the region, but most of the focus tomorrow will be towards the Delmarva Peninsula and then definitely towards New Jersey and New England. Again, an additional 1 to 3 inches is definitely possible. Primary focus, though, on over towards the Delmarva Peninsula and New Jersey, where 4 to 8 inches at least of snow of additional accumulation will be likely. We're going to continue to track this coastal storm as it really begins to wind up and bring high impacts to the coastal areas. Again, we're looking at that pressure dropping. We're now below 990. Earlier today, that pressure was at about 1,004 millibars, and this storm's likely going to have a pressure near 968 before all is said and done. What does that mean for us? I largely think that our snowfall forecast is still on track. I think many of us have already seen about half of what I have forecasted. I do think, though, that we'll be towards the lower ends of these ranges, and that's due to that overall lighter precipitation rate. We started with some pretty decent snow bands working into the region this afternoon, But this evening, we've definitely seen more of a focus towards the coastal areas. So I would expect us to reach at least the minimums here of these totals, especially towards Coward and Anne Arundel counties. I think 4 to 5 inches is probably going to be a safe bet for you. These are locations that have already seen about 2 to 3 inches, and I think squeezing out another inch or two is definitely going to be possible. But the wind, that's going to become the bigger story here as we head towards tomorrow morning. Winds will begin to gust upwards towards 30, 40, maybe even 45 to 50 miles per hour across the region. This will help to continue that narrative of scattered outages. Again, right now we have 3,700 customers without power, and I think that is going to continue to be the story as we head throughout the night, and even greater power outage threats as we head towards the Atlantic beaches. We have many school closures already up for the day tomorrow. Calvert, Charles, and St. Mary's County schools are all closed, with Anne Arundel County schools going virtual for tomorrow. We have delays elsewhere and closures over towards the Eastern Shore, and I really do think that it is going to be many of us that are sitting with those closures as we head towards the day tomorrow, just due to those lingering impacts. But taking you back over towards William Richmond Dink radar, it really does tell the story for us. We are going to continue to track these bands of heavy snow. We will need to see how exactly are they interacting with each other. How much snow are the coastal areas on the Delmarva able to see? And can that western band of snow continue to work to the east? Again, California, Maryland shows we do have heavy snow right now, at least for parts of the region, and we will continue to see this be the case through the night tonight. Stay tuned to JB Weather for the latest information. I'll be working to keep you and your family one step ahead of the storm. In the meantime, forecaster John Bordash, have a nice and safe one. Keep it tuned right here to JB Weather for the latest.
Check the forecast anytime online at jbweather.net.